this again. Let's try all of this again. Everybody, come on. I don't even know. I have no clue if this will end up working or if this will just be like me talking to the void. I may just talk to the void. And you know what? It wouldn't even be my fault. None of what occurred is my fault. None of it. Not one piece of what occurred is absolutely 100%. None of it is my fault. None of it. Absolutely none of it. What happened? I could tell you what happened. Or I could lie and make it seem cool. Like, I could say what happened. Or I could lie and make it seem like it was all planned. Which option makes the most sense? Which option makes the more sense? The truth or covert lie? The power went out. Fucking power went out. Specifically in one room. This one. Cause you know how when the power go out, you gotta check you gotta check everywhere. And I'm like, all right. Obviously, now I got to go reset the clocks. And I look, I'm like, wait, why my clocks ain't reset? They didn't reset because the power didn't go out in everywhere else. The power went out in one room. The most, I don't even know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. I feel disgusted. I feel broken. I feel insurmountable. I feel I feel at all odds. You're haunted? Why did I say haunted like that? Why did I say haunted? I'm not haunted. I'm not haunted. Get your sockets checked. It's fine. It's fine. Now, if it happens again... You know what's crazy? I think the power went out in my sleep. And it would have been like during that whole snowstorm thing, because I went to sleep, I took a nap, and I woke up, all the clocks were reset, and I'm like, there's no way I slept through a potential power outage for God knows how long. There's no way. But somehow I did it, because I'm a gamer, or a streamer, whichever you want to call it. But still the same criteria. Back to this. Let me make sure you can hear it.
Talking to another person who claims to be a minor like this. No, I am not going.
My pussy is a tool to turn glizzies into pleasured glizzies. I embrace, okay.
To read that, the worst of what I saw being tolerated had a very distinctly LGBT flavor to it in there. And then I find out about how Leaflet's Mama Sari used to use a very, very unique username.
Oh, we already knew about this one. We already knew about this one. Did I already? Yes, we all right.
Forced. Nice. I don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. But this is a very short video and someone wanted my attention. I'd also like to address the #1 criticism of what I've been doing. So in this video, I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A funny little fella called Kiss of Envy on Twitter, YouTube, Discord, Twitch, so on. They're kind of a big deal, actually. They're a 10-year-plus producer and audio engineer.
Oh, why do I feel like I'm about to get the worst take possible? Why do I feel like I'm about to get a 10-year... I'm about to get a lesson in child safety from an audio engineer.
Okay. I like that. I fuck with that, actually.
That's...
Oh. I fuck with that, actually. Yeah, I really do. It was just like, oh, so measured and cool, dude.
Pretty cool. I used to do some stuff like that back in the day. If you've ever played SCP Containment Breach and heard this, that track's mine. But back to the matter at hand. For some reason, now that the server's been fixed, total Hassan Piker victory as far as I'm concerned, and I've told people about it everywhere but in a video, which is what I'm doing here, they are extra riled up. You know, coming to my stream, tweeting at me, so on and so forth. Not complaining. I like when people do that. especially when someone like this does. Here's that attention you ordered. I hope you enjoy it. So one of Kiss of Envy's issues, and many other people's issues, is the belief that I was just trying to maximize harm. Kiss of Envy has been tweeting at me about how I've just tried to present things in the worst possible light. I wasn't trying to get the thing to happen that I said I wanted to happen, that has now happened, and I've now said I'm happy it's happened. No, I was just trying to hurt people. Actually, in reality, while I needed to show you stuff to demonstrate that things need to change because they are all f***ed up, a major consideration was not doing more than I needed to. Kiss of Envy, I protected you, and now I'm going to undo that. In my first video about Leaflet's Discord server, I covered a person who said they were a minor, and I showed you another person who they'd been talking to who admitted to sending them a thigh pic while claiming to be an adult. In my second video, I featured Kiss of Envy, the hero. Once I'd shone a light on it and let everyone know, Envy was on it, fighting with the mods to get this freak banned. The fact a legal adult is sending any sort of provocative pics to a minor is a problem. Massive text. Hell yeah. You know about that? You have to do something about it. Any reasonable person would. You know, after my video they were saying stuff like, he sent a thigh pic to a 15-year-old. Even if not pedo behavior, that's 100% creep behavior.
Okay, yes. Why do I feel like I'm about to? It happens every time. Any time and every time. I have like this small faith in you humans, in you people. It all goes wrong. Like it never goes right, bro. Like I just want one time to just like get everybody on the same page and being right without the rug being pulled.
They can be seen explaining to a mod that it's a liability not just to the community or the server, but most importantly, to the minors that are in this server. Having someone like that around is unacceptable. Something has to be done. That's the implication, right? They clearly agree with me. Great. There's a little problem though. While I was going back and forth with Kiss of Envy on Twitter, a guy stepped in to defend them. So I asked him, an adult tells you they sent a thigh pic of themselves to a minor online in a Discord server, how would you react? And would you be chill with continuing to hang out with them? Kiss of Envy replies, for the record, and your own videos show this, I don't like the guy. In fact, most of us didn't. We tolerated him. We all even went to the local arcade to celebrate, played some games, ate some food. It was a fun one. I said, yes, my accusation is that you tolerated a guy who told you he sent a pic of his thigh to a minor. You weren't supposed to just say it. And then Kiss of Envy does something very weird, a strange deflection. Once mods were aware of what happened, the guy got banned, so this is just proving the point that I'm just a disingenuous and manipulative dumbass. Sorry.
No, that's not how I remember this. It was a motherfucker placing a Deadpool on if these should be allowed in the server still. Wait, no, that's not how I remember this. That's not how they went.
I didn't say anything about the mods or the server. That's been dealt with. I said, you, Kiss of Envy, you tolerated this guy. Now, Kiss of Envy was happy to respond to all the stuff I was saying, and has been responding to people since, and chatting about other things. But when I replied to that tweet with, and when did you learn about the guy sending the thigh pic, Envy? That has been left untouched. What's going on, big guy? You were all ready to rumble, ready to fight, bringing me the fire? Why suddenly so quiet? Elsewhere on Twitter, Telos said to them, if I find out there's kids talking about sexual shit around me, and someone is openly catering to them, referring to the person who sent the thigh pic, my answer is, ban this guy, and the kid, or I'm out of here. Not, tee-hee, tolerate the chomo time. Kiss of Envy says they agree and that the guy should have been banned then and there. So Telos says when you see a person like that, you demand the ban or you leave. Kiss of Envy agrees. But this question I asked that they didn't answer for some reason, I can answer for you. So here's the admission from the creep. I already have dread thinking about my past interactions with him. I sent him a fully covered and clothed thigh picture once to get him to shut up. I fear I made it much, much worse. Obviously insane, but think for a second. What would your reaction reading someone saying that in a server you're in be?
Banned, you're a weirdo, fuck you, don't interact with me anymore, never be in the same room with me again. I think those are pretty good reactions. I genuinely think these are pretty good reactions to have. There would be no, hey, oh, it's all right, buddy. Like, no, because it wouldn't be all right. It would 100% not be all right. And to anyone who think it would, You're a dangerous motherfucker, you.
How is Kiss of Envy presenting themselves now that I've made it public? However they said they would react. If your answer is anything even slightly normal, you're wrong. Back on the 19th of December, Kiss of Envy's direct reply to the admission was, yeah, that encouraged him. That 100% made it worse. People like that often emotionally latch onto anyone willing to listen to their problems and can often develop somewhat of an obsessive feeling.
You sat there and found out that somebody in the server sent fucking thigh highs to a minor, and your gimmick is to talk about how the emotionally unstable will latch onto them. Yeah, I for the life of me. The VTuber community is nothing but pedophiles.
A person makes that admission to you, and you tell them that the problem is feeding the minor's obsession. You know, making the problem worse for yourself. And not, for instance, at mods, ban this freak. You're certainly trying to give everyone the impression now that that's what you would have done. But no, that's actually just what you say once I turn over the rock you guys were wriggling around under. Envy is taking advantage of my protection of them to trick poor suckers like this keen VTuber guy into defending them like this. Your own videos show Envy not being cool with that, and he was one of the ones calling it to the attention of the mods. Sorry, Envy, I'm just going to scroll real quick through the admission and your response to him and go beyond, and where is you wanting this guy banned? When I brought attention to it months later, that's what you started saying. When it happened, you were actually talking with the person who claimed they sent the pic about how suspicious the person who said they were a kid was. And then you continued to chit-chat with this person you think is a creep, freak, and a danger to kids about your music branding. Now, Envy is accusing me of painting everything in the worst possible light. But this isn't even what I protected you from. Envy wasn't just chill with this person after the admission, which Envy directly acknowledged. Envy actually defended what occurred, that they might not understand that they did. Let me explain. Another user called Daveboy also responded to Watch's admission. Stop there. I've been there. I don't tell people this ever, especially publicly. I've been there. I was only 18. They weren't yet. It was over the internet, just like this. It wasn't even that bad. My life was never the same. I never thought of myself the same until now. It takes forever to get over. DM if you want to know more. Just know you did the right.
We need to kill him.
Like, I need everybody to think. Just lock in with me. Just lock in with me, because I'm about to go. I might swerve. I might bend that corner. Whoa. You're in a Discord server, and a guy is telling you how he sent thigh highs to a minor. Your response almost 100, not even almost, your response 100% of the time should be, you're gross, you're a fucking weirdo, don't associate with me anymore, get banned from this server. That's supposed to be the response. It should never be, stop there, I've been there. Huh? What? You've also sent thigh highs, possibly even worse, to a child? I don't tell people this ever, especially publicly. Let's stop right there too. Here's the overall sin. We all of us have gotten too comfortable with the idea of things being accepted. What do I mean by things? I mean your sexual deviancy. And just like loudly talking about, oh, I gooned to this, I gooned to that. Like, why? Why do I have to know that there's a grown man who spends dedicated time defending Loli while his bitch is cheating on him? And when he finds out, he just still goes back to it. Maps will never be accepted, and they should not. And this weird... I pose a challenge to anyone who hears this, and you have it in your mind that, oh, there's nothing wrong with Loli. There's nothing wrong with Sosa. I want you to find your mother. And I want you to look your mother in the eye. And I want you to say, Mother, I and my friends, we gooned children. And if your mother is an actual human being, your mother will slap the ever-loving piss out of you. You see, because when you tell a normal person that you jerk off to children, and you have like your favorite child that ends up in these sexual positions, they might slap the piss out you, and they should. But when you tell like your little Discord nerds, I got this new AI, I got this, you're accepted there because your fucking weird fixation is not criticized there, but it's criticized once you leave that Discord. That's why these motherfuckers feel that's why all this ID verification shit really makes them upset, because they won't have access to their Lagoon folders.
Right thing, referring to the person who made that admission eventually.
Barton, where have you been? What is your president doing? Tell that man to release them files. Every time, like go back throughout this past year, every time there's like a significant development with those files, that motherfucker do something else. It'll all be over. It'll all be over.
Agreeing to block the person who said they're a kid, which I think is kind of blown out of the water by the admission of sending a pic, because going any further is what hell on earth feels like. Kiss of Envy responded, not gonna lie, I feel like if you're 18, that's a bit different. Guess who else in that very conversation says they're 18? Oopsie doopsie, Kiss. Whoops. You'll say that's totally unacceptable now after my video. Hardline, no, just unacceptable. Get rid of people like that. How did you behave back then? Did you fucking think I was gonna let you accuse me of deliberately causing maximum harm? That I was scrambling to point out anything I could for no good reason, while you actively benefit from the very harm reduction principles I was following? There you go, you stupid bitch. There's my response to your criticism. I showed what I thought was necessary to demonstrate there was a problem with the culture, the rules, the format, and the moderation of the server. And I continued to apply pressure for as long as the change hadn't happened, because one of the problems, as I emphasized, was hesitation to act. We've seen over and over that these people need to be pushed. If I was just trying to cause maximum harm, as opposed to doing the gadfly thing where you poke and prod to make change, I would have included this. And more. Kiss of Envy. And everyone else saying the same. I hope you're satisfied that I've addressed your criticism.
I'm sad. Oh God, no. We don't need the God of War playing. We don't need the God of War playing. I'm satisfied though. I feel greatly satisfied that what was addressed has changed. That should be the end of it. No, nothing further. No, I had to capitulate to this, or I had to capitulate. None of that. The damn problem was that you have a Discord. Let me see. Again, I have to try to make this make sense. A Discord that is apparently not owned by you, that's completely fan-made, that's owned by your mother, where people have to pay to get in, is a place where you hand ownership off to somebody else, but if they do something wrong, you take the ownership back, where kids are being sent pictures they shouldn't be receiving from adults. That's a problem. No matter, I still cannot care about none of y'all political affiliations. That's a problem. That's always going to be a problem. That's always going to be an issue. And as long as it doesn't get addressed, there's a significant thought that it might get worse than just pictures. It needed to be addressed. Not this, I'm gonna kick my feet. I'm gonna just say something else. I'm gonna just kick my feet. No, it should have been addressed from jump. That way, there's a significant issue that's resolved, steadfast, quick, easy, to the point. But because, and this is what I despise about people like Leaflet. It's this weird gimmick that only started because motherfuckers are desperate to get like the conversation off their back. They will make video after video after video after video. After video after video, talking about everything else and they'll spend what was the number when we last checked? 13 hours streaming. But magically, I don't have time to talk about this. I don't have time to address this. I don't have time to talk about that. You're fooling yourself. You're trying to lie real hard for no fucking reason. And mind you, Leaflet, Chibi, Mama Ako, and the rest of these motherfuckers, they all bent the knee to, I guess, the woke the minute the Discord rules changed. If the Discord rules stayed the same, then you could say, we're not capitulating to this witch hunt. We're not capitulating to all of this information just being thrown out there. We're not capitulating to this. We're not capitulating to that. But no, you lost. You changed the rules, and so you lose. You lose, you lost in a way that's very fucking funny. And speaking of losing, today is a significant time for people to vote. And this woman is trying really hard. She's trying real hard to get a vote. Now, I'm going to play this for you. And I want to know if she's going to get your vote.
A Muslim just killed multiple Americans right here in Austin, Texas, just 2 days before my election, and he also wanted to kill me. I was very clear when I told you that for me, this is just an election, but for you and your family, this is your life. So you either vote me into Congress on Tuesday, March 3rd, or get ready to be raped or murdered by a Muslim that will fulfill the jihad.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's a compelling voting strategy. Vote for me or be raped. Vote for me or be raped. I don't know about that one. No. I don't know about that one. that one seems.
The choice is yours.
The choice is mine. So Republican, I don't know. I think gives me the vibe of wanting to be a Republican.
Don't say that nobody fought for you.
Powered by Jesus. That's worse than vote for me or you ain't black. Oh, it's so great because that's not the quote. We're not done.
I warned that a terrorist attack was coming, and this is how I knew. Over 50 mosques have been built in Texas just in the past 2 years with your taxpayer money.
Is this who Gothic's running against? First of all, I hope not. Well, no, because this is in Texas. Gothic's, what is it, Rhode Island? So no, that wouldn't be, no.
I warned that a terrorist attack was coming, and this is how I knew. Over 50 mosques have been built in Texas just in the past 2 years with your taxpayer money. And 84-year-old Congressman John Carter and Governor Greg Abbott let all of this happen. So vote me into Congress so we can put in place a total Muslim ban, so we can ban halal, hijab.
So you want to get voted in to just ban Muslims outright. Okay. None of this is going to happen because it flies in the fucking face of, what's that thing? Oh, the First Amendment and that whole freedom of religion thing. It's like, I don't know about that one, buddy. That seems as if you're trying to violate a little bit of that constitution.
And turn every mosque that you paid for into public toilets.
Why the sick part is the woman is actually running for Congress, but nothing. I fear, and her husband almost got arrested the other night. That was either her husband or her brother. None of this is like going to be significant. The one downfall of Trump becoming president is now anyone thinks that they could hold a position of power. And now you just got the dumbest fucks trying their hardest, and it just hurts. It hurts to see. It hurts to look at. It hurts to endure. I strongly encourage Texas vote for Valentina Gomez. That's another thing. Isn't the current administration steadfast on deporting people with these types of names? And aren't there millions of people who voted for that specific thing? So you're going to be hard pressed to really win at the ballot box.
Islam is the religion of...
Okay.
I will never let you feel lost for
Oh, okay. It didn't went all downhill from there. Are they booing her? Not getting cheered.
Go back in your cage,
Go
dog.
back to your Muslim.
See, this is all just a bunch of hatred. Like, this is all just a bunch of hatred. This is just They're Muslim females. They have no rights. Neither do you women in America. I'm gonna be honest with you. On the totem pole is too many people that are wanting that 19th gone. I don't think this is the perfect time to start comparing women in one country and women from this one. Because into the thick of it. Oh, no. They're stealing my election. Sorry, it's the people's election. How are we already? See, this is another consequence. This is another consequence. Already got the cope of if she loses, they stole the election. Wasn't it like wasn't she registered somewhere where she shouldn't have been, and that's what got her bent?
Texas, they're stealing my election by completely removing my name from the ballot.
What is the song choices here? The song choices don't make any fucking sense to me.
So if you don't see my name on the ballot, do not leave the polling site until they give you a ballot with my name on it.
Well, that's not really how that works. Now, if I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, your voter registration is for a P.O. box, which is not legal. Like, you're like, what you did was not legal, you dumbass. You dumbass. Like, you dumbass. Like, you dumbass. You lost your right to vote. You lost your right to actually hold any position of power, and I really hope you don't win.
They told me that I could not vote for you.
Really? So, and you saw everybody else's name except mine?
Yes.
Yeah.
L women.
Wow. Okay. And you live in Bell County, right?
I live in Bell County.
Can you tell me the city of where you live, please?
Why are we doing this?
Rogers, Texas.
Rogers, yes, that's part of the district.
You're the only one that's scared them, so that's why they're coming after you.
Yes, and
Come this way. I'll be more than glad to meet you there and confront that lady in front of you.
oh, I would love to, Sammy. They know exactly what they're doing. They're stealing the election. They're helping John Carter, and the only way they can win is by taking me out of the ballots.
Yes.
That's the only way they can win, by cheating, because nobody in good...
Why is the Deadpool song playing? Because the most annoying thing about people in current time is that their voices, they don't really have the ability to engage or keep somebody captivated with their voice alone. It's a skill set that only the truly vocal could really have, such as myself. They need that background music in order to get, oh, this is so inspirational. Meanwhile, it's the drizzling shits. And it's a common theme for this motherfucker.
Conscience wants to vote for an 84-year-old dude. So Texas, we have to make this too big to rig, or otherwise the Lone Star State will fall to the Mohammeds.
Okay. Okay. I love how the first thing is want to vote for me. Your life depends on it.
Notice how the terrorist Muslims only want to kill me, but they don't even criticize the.
Are we seriously doing this over a bot account? Are we doing this over a bot account? Also, given your track record, you're going to get that type of response based off of what we've seen of you. Not saying you deserve to die. Make that very clear. I want to make that very clear. But we're not going to pretend like an evil statement isn't going to get an evil response. Let's all be real here. We all know how that tends to go. I'm voting for her. Why? She's a woman. I thought I could have sworn there was an issue with women in positions of power.
Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
I think politics brain rots everyone on both sides. Congratulations. You are now going to spend the rest of your life being accused of having an oral fixation with a fucking fence. I've been saying that for years. And I still remember that one guy who's like, one day Leon's going to pick a side. That was in 2019. Still haven't done it. And you know why? There could have been a moment where I ended up being strongly a Democrat or a Republican. Do you know? Well, over time, it's proven that there's really no reason to do that, considering they both suck. But do you know what I will now say from now on in terms of, oh, are you a Democrat or a Republican? Both sides have done a fantastic job letting you, the public, know that there is a large-scale operation that was done to violate people's bodies on an island where you have Democrats and Republicans on the fucking books. And all of these motherfuckers are doing the worst job possible, making everybody distracted from it. And the sick part is, I say it's the worst job. It seems to be fucking working. Like, yes, it seems to be fucking working. All right, back to this. Is picking a side and saying both sides have good points and is the next Satan at the same time. I'd rather stick with the good points without the Satan. Nah, they all suck. You know how I know both sides suck? We've had all these issues. Border, crime, finances, no matter who's the president, no matter who's Congress. But because apparently we're all fascinated with people whose political awakenings only occurred in 2016, anything that happened before 2016, it doesn't even count, which is the reason why I despise any conversation.
Don't care about you. They only care when you make a donation or when they can use your dead son or the rape of your daughter as a
we keep going back to this one.
Talking point on national TV. So this Tuesday, go vote because your life depends on it.
I love how we're talking about. I do enjoy. Wait a minute. I do love like perfectly timed things. I love perfectly timed things, and I'm going to call you out. Pixel gut. It really does. And recent garbage I see is just brain-rotted drama farm bait. It's like the evolution of Keemstar's Drama Alert. Tabloid BS. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Ding, 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 ding. Pixel gut. Honestly, honestly, never has there been a more perfectly timed comment. That's just perfectly timed. That's just perfectly timed. And Ahsoka, you're right. She's using the exploitation of somebody's daughter and a dead son to earn votes. I never truly understood why politicians like doing the finger point of, hey, you're doing it, while also doing it at the same time. But speaking of political theater, speaking of the political theater and the drama slop of it all, jump scare. It's been a while. I've purposely ignored this. But we apparently must discuss. There will be no game. We must be locked in. We must discuss Tim Pool quitting. Apparently the Mean Girls is free with ads. Timcast IRL host ruthlessly mocked for Burnout, and the quartering reacts. Why? Why? A guy wants to take a break. We should make political parties illegal? That's impossible. That's impossible because they've stood ground in our society for all of these years. You are not going to be able to do that whatsoever. You're not going to be able to do that whatsoever. Can we watch Mean Girls? You can watch that on your own time. I don't have the mindset of wanting to get the email saying an entire stream was taken down because we watched a movie made in Hollywood. But now, I just want to see what this dude could possibly say and give insight on with another person catching burnout.
At 39 years, after 16-hour days. And a lot of...
I'm sorry. Why is the mic sounding like it's nothing more than your phone? Excuse me? Can we get a little fix on this? Can we get a little fix on this?
People had a lot of things to say about it. Now, I don't know, what exactly his personal plans are. He does seem to have been experiencing a significant amount of burnout, and I wanted to defend him a little bit in that, because I think a lot of
the there's no issue here. A guy who makes content about the news and is constantly doing live streams every day, would get burnout. That's burnout. Can we watch Joanna Man? It's on Tubi. There's no fucking way Joanna Man is on Tubi. There's no fucking way. By the way, been watching the Codename Kids Next Door, boys. Back to it. The Bob's Burger movie is on Tubi. White Chicks is on Tubi. Interesting. All About the Benjamins is on Tubi, and that made me happy. Joanna Man. Joanna Man is not on here, you fucking liar. Soul Plane is, and both the Barbershop movies is. Is Leon on Tubi? The fact that Belly is on Tubi and Coming to America is on Tubi lets me know a lot. Leon, did you see people complaining about Tubi having ads? Yep. It seems like these motherfuckers want to pay $5.99 or $10.99. How the fuck else y'all think they gonna pay for this shit? I mean, I said I don't foresee Tubi, even though Tubi has gone on this whole time with no fucking paying for anything. I fear as though there's going to come a point, and I'm gonna be honest, it's either gonna be $5.99 or it's gonna be $10.99. It's somewhere in that fucking time frame. Somewhere in that is your fucking baseline for Tubi. And the fact that motherfuckers are complaining about the ads lets me know. It lets me know all I need to know. That these motherfuckers are... They want it all without having to pay for it. And it's at that point, you got to bootleg it. it's too much work to bootleg at this and bootleg that. Well, then your options are either deal with the ads or pay for the no ads. You have 3 options. Deal with the ads, don't deal with the ads, and pay the money for it, or bootleg it. That's your only options. Like, that's the only options you got.
Criticism that is thrown at him is unfair. It's just, I get the get a real job mentality. And I think that maybe, taking pictures of your beehole and posting it on the internet, I think that's a very fair criticism for those type of jobs.
So the get a real job is only meant for the OnlyFans girls. But for some reason, you, the guy who fucked over an entire group of people who are in your affiliate program, who constantly wants people to save him financially, telling someone like you to get a real job is seemingly the problem here. It's not valid.
But I don't think that you can really call Tim the type of guy that just turns on a camera and does nothing and then complains about it. And burnout is very real, and the responses to it are wild. I
couldn't imagine not having a fucking video lined up for today, and I just make this. Like, oh, I'm going to sit here and stand 10 toes for a guy who says he might take a break or quit because he's burnt out. What? Like, what?
He's saying he has a man cold and stuff like that. I get ribbing. I get the good-natured ribbing of it all. But I wanted to look at it. So, X wrote this. The podcaster and Timcast CEO opened up about how the relentless work caught up with him, sparking replies from nearly 800 people, weighing the endless hustle against health, family, and rest. Some teased him of his man cold or pushed work-life dismissal, while others urged prioritizing his young child's first years and shared stories of burnout or early retirement wins. With 83% of workers facing burnout and blurred boundaries common, the exchange captured real tension in 2026. Build hard in your 20s, but listen to your body as 40 nears. Now, what started all this was this tweet. Ben's sick the past several days, working 16 hours a day, eventually stops working, like when you're about to turn 40. And, this is something that I can relate to. And now I get it, all right? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, woe is me. I sit on my rear end and read other people's articles on the internet. I think any bricklayer, construction worker, road worker, trucker, just about every job on the planet has more physical demands of the people that do it. And so you won't really catch me complaining about my job.
That is a lie. That is a fuck. How many times have I had to see this dude be like, my YouTube channel is under attack, where he's complaining about his fucking, he complains about it all the time.
This is Democracy Manifest.
Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you, my boy. But you do it all the time. Because I think Kino Casino did this. Just type in under attack. This must stop YouTube. My channel is under attack. My friend's channel is under attack. My coffee company is under attack. We're under attack. I want to see. Let me just see. My under attack. Okay, we read that. We read that. Under attack. Okay, now it's just a bunch of bull. Defending myself from an insane rumor about me and my staff. You're constantly complaining about your job, buddy.
It's an incredible job. I am incredibly blessed to have the audience that I have. I am incredibly blessed to be able to provide for my family, making videos on the internet. However, that doesn't mean the job is easy. This is something I run into all the time with family members and friends.
Are you about to complain about your job?
Who think it's just, you just roll out of bed and make 5 videos and the money printer just goes burr. That's not what happens. In fact, I'm working harder now at 42 than I ever did probably in my life, because it's harder to...
Because you blew a lot of money in the wrong spots, which is a common adult thing. You have a business that isn't printing money because, in the grandest of fucking schemes, who in the fuck is going to Amazon to buy coffee. You can literally take that 10 to 20 minute drive and get cheaper coffee from Walmart, Target, Dollar General, Walgreens, Family Dollar. Fuck. Best Buy probably sells something, because you go in Best Buy, they got this weird section where you could buy drinks, candy, chips. Just like maybe there's a coffee packet somewhere right there. What are we doing?
You cut through the AI slop, which generates nearly 30%, which dominates nearly 30% of all videos on YouTube, for example. I assume TikTok and Instagram are just as bad. I know AI videos have taken over X, so it's never been harder to break through.
Are you Wait, you're complaining about your job right now?
The noise, and it can be frustrating. And when you have a regular job, you get paid X dollars per hour, and you work so many hours, you get the paycheck. With doing the online stuff,
complaining.
Some videos do well, some videos don't do well, and it doesn't have anything to do with how hard you work on them. And that creates a significant amount of stress, especially for me. That's why I started that. I have a second channel called the Jeremy Hambley channel. The whole reason, the biggest reason I started that channel is because the quartering became extremely unpredictable in terms of whether or not it would even show my videos to my subscribers.
Well, I heard that you started pushing that channel more to beat out two dudes in the algorithm because they were making significant bank. Just like posting, I ain't gonna say every day. I'd say like once every 2 days about you, and it would print money for them because people would watch the VOD, and then there's like, you know what? I want to go see this live, and then they go watch it live, and it print money on the live stream too.
And
I love that there are a few of you that are having fun with the under attack thing.
I put videos out there every single day, for the most part. And that channel's growing. But even now, with a second channel with 250,000 subs and a main channel with 2 million subs, I'm making less money than I was with half the subscribers.
Because you can't guarantee it, my guy. You can't fucking guarantee it, bro. You can't. You just can't. I love how somebody left a comment. Somebody left a comment under the new video. Where's the new stuff you buying? That costs money. That costs money.
There's a lot of unknowns that go into this job that really create a lot of stress that I don't think it's necessarily fair that everyone just makes fun of people and thinks this job is easy. I'm not saying it's bricklaying, okay? I know it's not. I'm not saying it's construction work. I'm not saying I'm out in the coal doing road construction or in the coal mines. Yes, those jobs are way harder and way more difficult, and their payoff is generally less if you're lucky.
No, I'm sorry. No, they're significantly more demanding jobs with a better payout and a better scheme set up for them. Working at a bank, working as a security guard, working as a janitor, working as a cashier, you get insurance with that. Content creators do not get insurance. They don't. You are flying by the seat of your fucking pants with like betting it all with content creation. And it's a dangerous thing. That's why you should not stretch yourself so fucking thin where you end up in trouble. And it's a life lesson for a lot of motherfuckers when it comes to shit like that, because they think, oh, and I fell for this trap too. Oh, I'm just gonna make money all the time. No, you're not. So it's important to, if you are going to do this, make sure that you are operating smart with your money. If you're not a frivolous spender and you're not buying thousands of dollars worth of shit every day, or, and this is just an example, not naming any, I'm not naming anybody. You put $300,000 worth of debt on a fucking credit card to try to save your coffee company. You would be able to like manage things a little better. But instead of that, we have motherfuckers like this who are trying to weave the conversation of, oh, maybe I could get people to watch this video and talk about Tim Pool quitting, and maybe I could talk about Tim Pool this, Tim Pool that. Ready, you're a gimmick. And the gimmick is wearing thin if you're not willing to commit to it and be better with your financial responsibility. I want to be better with my financial responsibility. And even in saying that, can I show y'all what's going to end up being? Can't talk this. Fuck you. I can't talk this. Can I show you all like my next big purchase no time soon? I thought the keyboard with the Stream Deck or the Steam Deck, whatever the fuck it's called, attached to it was going to be my next big purchase. No. I have found my next big purchase. It won't be no time soon. $500 video. That's crazy. My next big purchase that will be no time soon. I want it. I'm gonna get this motherfucker. It's gonna take me some time. I'm gonna get this motherfucker. It's gonna take me some time, but I guarantee you this. I will have this motherfucker. I will have it. I will have you. Do you understand me? I will have you. I will have you. Leon's money is under the table. That's why I said no time soon. But I will have you. You will be mine. And I will treat you right. But damn, that $2,000 pissed me off. Leon's credit card. No, Leon's credit card is not. I'm not buying this right now. Bullshit. Eventually, I have it set up to where any deal around this motherfucker, I will be alerted. The McDonald's network. I don't need this right now, and I'm gonna tell you why. I have two $300 monitors sitting in front of my face. I don't need this now, but I will have it eventually. Can you buy in a series of what? If you're talking about like to pay it monthly, probably, but I don't want to do that. I will have you. Odyssey Neo G9. I will have you soon. Well, probably not soon. Eventually. But for now, back to this.
If you're one of the lucky few out there and you built an audience before everybody, basically pick sides and subscriber growth shut off, I'm very lucky.
Bro, kiss my ass. Subscriber growth did not shut off. It's just you will continue to stagnate just doing one thing, not really drawing in a fucking new amount of people with anything. That's all that you're doing. That's all that this is.
And God willing, I'll be able to ride this out until I'm 50 without getting completely burnt out, build a nice nest egg for my family, and retire. But that's probably not going to be what happens, And I think with Tim,
complaining,
the guy works, he does 4 or 5 videos a day, just like I do. He also does a 2-hour to 3-hour live stream every single night. I'm not sure how many days he's missed, but I can tell you if somebody's doing this. And again, I'm not saying to feel bad for me. I'm just trying to provide the guy a little bit of a break here. I have not missed a live stream. Like our live stream has gone for 3 years without missing a single day. Even when I went on vacation with my wife, I still had to do my daily videos because if I don't work, I don't get paid. I don't have paid vacation. I don't, I have to pay for my own insurance. I have all this stuff as a content creator. You don't necessarily have if you work a corporate job where you have 3-4 weeks paid vacation. You can take time off and not worry about, I'm not going to make any money for the next week. YouTube and content creation at this size becomes a bit of a golden handcuff. And it is, again, I know no matter how many times I qualify this statement, people are going to be like, oh, don't worry about it. Again.
Yes, don't. You significantly been blessed with one of the luckiest opportunities possible. You make videos and people watch them and you make money off of them. You have people who will donate you money. You have people, based on the support you've garnered, you get people to buy from your business. Brother, your complaints are not strong, especially when motherfuckers who do have jobs, they may end up losing them because of your president. And they'll have to fucking figure out how to operate. And that'll significantly mean more than a guy who's too lazy to fucking find. Instead of burping out 5 videos out the day, you could easily 2 of them each day and then go on a fucking vacation. That way, you on a vacation and you still got videos coming out and you print money. Oops, did I give the game away a little too fast?
I am not whining about it. It is an incredibly lucky opportunity that I've had to do this work. It is an incredibly lucky job that Tim Pool has to do the work he does and make the kind of multi-millions he does. The thing is, it's not like this.
I love that there's a few of y'all mentioning BLM. I'm going to read this to you. Breaking. Clyde McLemore, founder and executive director of Black Lives Matter Lake County, caught on video physically fighting and assaulting his female employee at the Waukegan office, or Waukegan. She accuses him of mishandling and embezzling grant funds. Gotta love an organization that really wanted to care about black lives to the point where the money's being embezzled, motherfuckers are finding out, and they brawling against women.
This job doesn't have stress. And when you're Tim's size, you're talking about a company that has 15, 20 employees, sponsorship requirements, daily videos, daily live streams.
And that's another fucking thing. You quartering, I'm sorry, bro. You don't have a fucking video that requires you to fucking need an editor. Nor do you have one.
Black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
Thank you for the 2. Nor do you have a fucking lifestyle or lineup that requires you to hire anybody. Yet you spread yourself too fucking thin. There was somebody who asked me, this was years ago, this wasn't recent. There was somebody who asked me, hey, would you pay me to translate your videos? No! No! Because I could either do that myself or not do it at all. Going with the not doing it at all version of that story. Somebody asked, oh, do you need an editor? For what? Oh, do you need a thumbnail guy? For what? It's just the cardinal sin that I have. Well, it's not the cardinal sin. I waste money. I do. But slowly and surely, I'm getting out of that habit. Where it seems like the only things I'm paying for are groceries, rent, and my internet bill, and my electricity. And you know what? I'm perfectly fine with it just being that. I'm slowly but surely getting out of a fucking habit. I would love to see an AI. You know what? Never mind.
Weekends, you can never, ever turn it off. I mean, I work Sundays just so my Mondays are more palatable. Again, not complaining. It is an incredible opportunity that I choose to work 100 hours a week because I want to maximize the opportunity while I have it. And I know that when I'm, if I'm fortunate enough to live to my 70s and 80s, I'm not going to be doing this. I've already long past extended probably the period of growth that I'll ever have. So now in order to maintain my earnings, I have to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard. And there is burnout there. And I don't think it's fair that people, okay, youngster, get over your old man cold and get back to work. It's not.
Yes, I did hear about Bonnie Blue getting pregnant. That child is going to be an amalgamation.
I think that when you do get older, the grind does wear on you, no matter what job you have. That's why what's nice is when you work in the private sector, hopefully you work for a company. Like when my dad retired, I think he was getting 5 to 6 weeks vacation a year. My father-in-law gets 5 weeks vacation a year.
Yes, those jobs are significantly better than being a content creator.
You take off, unplug, punch out from your job. This is one argument that I often had with my wife until she kind of understood more about it. It was like, when you punch out from your job, a lot of jobs, not all, you punch out, you go home, you don't have to worry about it again until the next day you get in. Not all jobs.
Right. But when you sit here, because he's not telling the full story about this. You can be a full-time content creator. It would be smart if you like wait and like continue to build your income. That way, if you do decide to do that, you got like a backup safety net. But this guy is trying to make it seem like that's going to be the case for everybody, and it's not. You have stretched you're paying people like $5,000 a month. For what? Just to sit there and talk with you. That's dumb. That's stretching yourself too thin. That's dumb.
That's not how this job works. You punch out, you have to immediately be looking for tomorrow's stories. You have to be immediately constantly looking at extra breaking news that you have to cover. You have to be worried about, now I have to do stupid short forms like the Gen Z kids or Gen Alpha and all this kind of stuff. And like, I think that people, again, like working, I get it. Like, you want to talk about an OF girl or something like that, not working hard. Sure. But
you're not working hard. You're not. This is the easiest shit you could do. Look up shit to talk about. And give your opinion and piece it out. Because I live in a world where motherfuckers got to turn the smallest thing into a seminar about how we're all gonna die. Motherfuckers are struggling. See, I don't have to struggle to do this. All I gotta do is find something I want to talk about, and then if I got nothing, ain't no fucking video. You notice there was no fucking video yesterday? There's nothing I wanted to fucking talk about. I'm not just about to do something just to do it. I want to do it because I'm actually interested in the topic.
This is a wall that a lot of people hit. Here's Marissa. I'm hitting the same wall running a gas station, turning 40 this year, all while raising a 5-year-old that sneezes in my eyeballs. It's an honor and a privilege every time I hit burnout doing the Lord's work. I turned 40 in August, been feeling this a lot. It's real. And again, like...
Excuse me, are these content creators? Are these streamers? Do they make videos on YouTube? Because if not, I hold their burnout higher than yours.
At 42 now, I have to take like 1 million different vitamins a day because I can't even afford to get sick. Like,
what's the physically demanding thing that you do that requires you to ingest vitamins so that you don't get sick and miss out on a work day? What's the idea? Because he's talking like he's going to work and he's hustling, but he's literally doing this, sitting in front of a camera, talking into it, and then turning his body, going into maybe YouTube Studio and just uploading that, and that's it. There's no physical demand here. Unless you want to mention your throat and your fucking voice and how you got to make sure that, you have a voice to be able to fucking do the videos and talk about them. But other than that, that's it. Like, you're not doing anything else.
Like, even, I had the coof twice and I didn't take any time off work. It can be a grind. Again, I'm not complaining, but I think that people dunking on Tim, isn't necessarily fair.
No one gives a fuck. The world ain't fair. This is the same dude who dedicated time at laughing at people who were in their 20s trying to figure out a job, and him and all these other fucking conservatives was like, well, welcome to the real world. Welcome to the fucking real world. You're going to get burnout. And guess what? When you bitch about it, in a world where everybody who significantly does harder shit is dealing with more, yeah, they're going to look at you and laugh at you. Because, like, what the fuck are you? Did you see that High Guard goes offline on March 12th? I don't care. I didn't play High Guard.
And this is why, like, for a long time, I have overshared on the internet. And that gives people who don't like me a lot of fodder. And I'm sure a lot of people...
So stop doing it. Kino Casino's taking a break for like a week, 2 weeks. They're going to come back and absolutely have fun with this. And they're going to make money off of it.
People who don't like Tim will be producing videos and saying, oh, Tim's tired. Oh, Tim doesn't do any work. Blah, 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 blah. The same people that have, similar jobs and probably work half as much as he does.
And still get money. and still get paid. And also, we don't know. I don't know everybody's fucking lifestyle. The only reason I know yours is you keep fucking talking about it. That's the only reason. If you would just make the fucking videos, give the occasional ad for, oh, buy this, nobody would be talking about you. But because you keep fucking going, it just keeps continuing.
And I do think that it's important that, I'm a fence rider. I don't know exactly which way the wind is blowing right now, so I'm going to hush for a minute. I don't think there are a few people out there, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, probably some people in my viewership that are.
We cannot possibly be comparing a billionaire and a billionaire to content creators. We absolutely 100% cannot be doing this.
Working like crazy and they don't get burnt out and they don't ever, I get it. But I do think, if he decides to retire, which I suspect he's considering, so what?
First of all, and we're not even judging this off of the basis of a real thing. The motherfucker says, been sick for the past 2 days, working for the past several days, working 16 hours a day every day, eventually stops working. Like when you're about to turn 40. This motherfucker ain't even talking about retiring. This motherfucker said he might consider a break. That's all he said. And this motherfucker dedicated 15 minutes to bitching about, we do all this work. I'm not complaining, but I understand, but.
I think that it's a very real thing. People get burnt out. I know nobody respects this job the same way they would respect like somebody in the army.
And they're not going to. They're not. You have to explain to somebody that you make thousands of dollars just sitting in a fucking chair making content about other shit. A motherfucker who works at an oil rig, is a janitor, is a nurse, is a warehouse worker, is a fucking stock worker. These motherfuckers are going to laugh you out of the building because all of what I just named has significantly more stress to it. I gotta find 5 videos to talk about today. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. You're not going to be respected as much.
Or so, like real dangerous jobs, I get that. But that's not my point. My point is it is a different kind of work. There are managers at jobs that make good money that have to work 60, 70 hours a week, even though they're salaried. And then when they get burned out, no one says, oh, well, you're a manager, so you make enough money. This is a nonsense.
Play that again.
They get burned out. No one says, oh, well, you're a manager, so you make enough money. So 70 hours a week, even though they're salaried. And then when they, there are managers at jobs that make good money that have to work 60, 70.
There are managers who have to, what's the word? When you're a manager, what is it that you do? You manage! You manage the workflow. You probably have to schedule people's days and how many hours that they're working. And if somebody doesn't come in, you might have to fill in that role and do their job and do it for that amount of hours set for themselves. You don't just get to sit back. You have to man an entire ship. Whether that be in reference to managing a store or an actual fucking ship. What are you talking? He's trying so hard to have it be even. Where, I'm just as grueling. What I do is just as grueling as what you do. And it's not. It's just not. Listen. It's probably about 10 of y'all watching this fucking live stream. Thank you. Thank you for liking the fucking stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the fucking $2 donation. Bro, this shit is slight. Infinitely more grueling. My air fryer under attack means that I need to go save my air fryer. My air fryer is perfectly fucking fine. This don't compare to working as a janitor. Working as a janitor, 10 times more stressful. This don't compare to working at Walgreens. This don't compare to working at Walmart. You motherfuckers are ridiculous. Like, the motherfuckers who say streaming is worse than a 9 to 5, you're ridiculous. Oh, my job is fucking taxed. You're ridiculous. Motherfuckers work at McDonald's have it more difficult.
Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat? Suck my fucking cock.
I hate when I say something so sincere and then that happens. But I appreciate that. But bro, get a fucking grip.
70 hours a week, even though they're salaried, and then when they get burned out, no one says, "Oh, well, you're a manager, so you make enough money." So I mean, this is a
because they're respected and you're not.
Nonsense YouTube opinion. Yes, there are more difficult jobs, but it's weird that people are dunking on him. And I mean, have you tried elderberry or drinking the blood of the young? I mean, at 42, I'm willing to try almost anything.
Excuse me? He's willing to Epstein Island some children.
But this town, you know, the wall is real, and this kind of hustle is a young man's job, and it's a young man's game. But, you know, I wished him all the best. Some people are being good. Stefan Molyneux says, stop working so hard. You chose to become a father. You have the rest of your life to work. The first 5 years of the child are critical. You can never get them back. You know, retiring before 40 is the greatest move I ever made. I'll never understand how people can easily retire young with enough money to pass down to their kids are still working excessively. Well, that's a very small amount of people. You know, that I know that Tim is financially set. Like, if I had his money, I'd burn mine. But I think that dunking on a guy for having a real moment, you know, to just try to be honest, isn't exactly, I don't know. I don't care for it. I know the internet's always going to do what it does, and I don't always agree with every opinion Tim Pool has.
Yes. The internet is like, why even make this fucking video if you know the internet is going to dunk on a motherfucker when they say some stupid shit? Like, why? I'm done with this this little silly goofy video based around, oh, my poor fifis. Nobody's holding my fucking hand as I sit here and just entertain, and I'm expecting money. Like, don't sit there and run around demanding that somebody pay attention to you. Actually be captivating enough to where people actually want to fucking watch. Have you seen the military commanders? Have you seen the military commanders tell their troops that Trump is guided by... Here's what I'll say. I think it's very fucking off-putting to, at 2 o'clock in the morning, tell people that soldiers may die, but that's the price of war. And the reason I hate that on a personal level is because I have friends that I care about and I love in the military. And I have to now be the bitch who's having to worry that they may end up in a predicament I don't want them in. And I don't want to be the guy every single day being like, you all right? You all right? You all right? You all right? I don't want to do that. But I'm sitting here nervous on a consistent, I ain't gonna say consistent, ever since like this shit kicked off. I'm a concerned soul. I am a concerned soul. Also, appreciate this $4.99 ever since Mikey No More's video dropped on the quarter. I can't look at him as a normal at all. Has he ever been normal to begin with? No one's ever been normal to begin with. No way, shape, or form. But in terms of like the normal as around like the money aspect or the swindling aspect, Quartering's always had this shit. It's always been on his back. It's just funny that it's been ramped up more and more, primarily because of Keno Casino. But I appreciate you do $4.99, good sir. Mm-hmm. Are your friends active duty? Yes! That's why I'm concerned. That's why I'm fucking concerned. That's why I'm concerned. Pins and fucking needles every day. I remember when Peachy said that she might join the army. I nixed that fucking idea so fast. Think about any cartoon you've watched where there's like the little bundle of joy character that's supposed to be like the comic relief. That's Peachy. I don't need Peachy in war, okay? I don't need Peachy going for no war, okay? We don't need that. We don't need that whatsoever. See, you do have a kind heart, but that's only for the people I care about. I don't know the rest of you. Oh, it's a joke. I hope everyone's doing all right. I hope everyone's doing fine. I hope everyone's doing fine. Let me just get a little quick check of something real quick. I hope everyone's doing fine. I hope everyone's alive and well and doing all right. I appreciate the $4.99. Mind you, they think this will bring Armageddon. I don't know what this will bring.
Engage in radical activist language in this fucking chat. Suck my fucking cock.
I have no idea what this will bring in retrospect and true understanding. Like, I don't. But I just hope I hope people remain safe. I'm a reserve. I'm getting pretty nervous with everything going on. Get suited and booted and get ready to shoot it. Like, I just, now y'all got me worried about my friends right now. And I don't like it. Persona. I got one more thing. And then I'm done. I got one more thing. And then unless y'all got something for me, I'm out. All right. Are we clear? Are we clear? Oh, what the fuck? You know what? Never mind. I see something I don't want. There is no update in regards to Kyle Basinga, and no, we're not tapping into any more TikTokers. Leon, is what happens if the brothers from the Boondocks fusion dance and become the same person. What? Are you calling? Wait a fucking minute. Are you calling me enlightened while also calling me a dumbass? Wait a fucking minute. Wait an actual fucking minute. Are you calling me enlightened while also saying I'm a... Yes, I heard Smiling Friends got canceled. If you're drafted, are you refusing and possibly going to jail or going to join the army? Well, I found out very recently that I can't go to the army. Now, I'm not going to say why, but I found out that I actually can't. And when I found out, when I found out, no, I'm not trans. When I found out why, ha, ooh. Why is my cousin texting me? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't care. I don't care about your Ultimate Team cards. Flat feet? No. Are you too hungry? No. Oh my goodness, he's no, and no. I found out why. Hey Leon, thanks for all the videos on mental health attention. I found my mom passed a month ago and was in a dark place. You made me snap to attention and go to a doctor. I'm a fucking superhero. That's why I can't join the army. I'm a fucking superhero. Like, hello? May your mother rest in peace, but hello? When it comes to the mental, I don't give a fuck about your money. I don't give a fuck. Oh my God, I'm going to the gym. If you not right up here, it's going to be a long time. I hope everybody ends up all right up here. Up here is what matters. Up here is the most important. Up here is the foundation for success. And if you are mentally out of it, you aren't getting far. That's why I'm always up my friend's ass, no diddy, in regards to mental. Is it because of the air fryer? Leon's a big back. I do participate in the big back activity. I do a little bit of the big backness. Speaking of which, I'm going to chop up some onions. That's not true. I'm going to chop up some jalapenos and toast them up. Why did I scroll down like my YouTube homepage and see, is our content really low effort? Yes. 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 I'm sorry, but Abin Preach, low effort. Ruin Leon, low effort. Watch TV, low effort. You literally sitting or standing in front of a microphone, talking, giving your opinion on said thing. It's absolutely 100% low effort. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want you to know that if you get drafted, I'm taking your air fryer. Oh, this home of mine is booby trapped. Any unauthorized fingers on my air fryer, the authorities will be alerted instantaneously. Can we watch the beef tostadas video? Nope. Have you played Resident Evil? Nope. I don't think I've played any Resident Evil. I
So I recently came across this YouTuber that goes by Jada Method Plus, and he recently put out this video. The era of low effort content is over. And as you guys can see,
and I don't even necessarily agree with that title. It's not really over. There are people still doing it primarily for wanting to watch the entertainment value of motherfuckers. Now, yes, there are motherfuckers who will sit there and drone, and they'll drone, and they'll drone, and they'll drone. And it'll be something where you run out of fucking ammunition to want to watch the shit. But people still watch these motherfuckers primarily for the idea of wanting to see some personality. Oh, wait, it's who is it? And another thing. Damn it, I lost the video because I went back to the homepage and now it's no longer in my enemy. Stop fucking getting ass mad when motherfuckers say shit is low effort. Just take it. Either take the criticism and improve and bring some high fucking energy to the mix, or don't. And keep making content. Stop getting so butthurt over motherfuckers giving you baseline criticism. Can we watch the McDonald's CEO video? You know what? I'll humor this because I haven't seen it and I don't know what people are referencing. Like this is like the fourth time in the past day I've seen reference to a McDonald's CEO video. And I struggle to understand, like, did somebody get fired? Did somebody do something? It's something I'm interested in. It's something I'm interested in. Leon's hungry for McDonald's? Yeah. Nah. Leon, did you see that the DOJ has been taking down the Epstein files? Congratulations on the transparency y'all voted for. Congratulations. Congratulations congratulations on the transparency you voted for. Melanie Mac made a video. There's no way Melanie Mac. Oh. But first this.
Chris K here with, you've heard about it. Here it is, the Big Arch. This is something that we have tested already. It's in Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good. I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So here we go. First, holy cow. God, that is a big burger. We've got a very unique kind of sesame poppy sort of bun on it.
All right, bro. Like, go ahead, take a bite.
We've got 2 quarter-pound patties, a delicious Big Arch sauce, and of course some lettuce. So, there's so much going on with this. First,
I ain't gonna lie, you sound unenthused about this fucking sandwich, which I think the whole purpose of you being the CEO trying to fucking promote this shit. Yeah, I think you would be a little bit more enthusiastic.
First of all, let's try to get this thing. I don't even know how to attack it. God.
It's a burger. You use your hands and you take a bite.
So much to it. Oh, there's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth.
This motherfucker bite burgers like a bitch. Like, I can't even see the bite mark on that motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Nigga, take a chomp. Like, what the fuck?
That is so good. That's a big bite for a...
That is not a big bite. I can barely see that bite. Man, that shit weak.
Big Arch. It's distinctively McDonald's. Only McDonald's could do this type of burger, but it also is unlike anything else on our menu.
And then, you know what's really making me mad? Because apparently, like, all of this is what everybody was mad about. You know what's making me mad? If you look close, that is the fries. And that is a medium fry. That's not a small fry. That's a medium fry. Now, I don't know if that's the big back nature of me. And now that I'm adult sized, all of these things that were once so big to me as a child, now they're so small. But that's looking mighty puny in the fry department. I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
It's a delicious product. You know, you've got sort of the cheeses and the gooiness, but those crispy onions as well.
Bro, you got food reviewers that would give you way more than this. Matter of fact, about to prove my point. What do you call that? The McCrisper? The Big Arch. I'll prove my point. Fucking.
Trying the new Big Arch burger at McDonald's.
That shit look nasty. This shit look like. Look at this. No. And why the fuck are the nuggets in the damn fry container?
As you can see, it's a pretty hefty burger. Here's the double quarter pounder for reference. Big Arch $9.19, whereas the double quarter pounder $7.89.
No, fuck that. Look at this. Look at this shit. He's got the nuggets in the fry holder. I don't like you.
Trying the new Big Arch burger at McDonald's. As you can see, it's a pretty hefty burger. Here's the double quarter pounder for reference. Big Arch $9.19, whereas the double quarter pounder $7.89. They both use 2 of the quarter pounder patties. The Big Arch bun has sesame and poppy seeds, whereas the double quarter pounder is just sesame.
Oh my God, just take a bite. I want to compare bites.
Let's try the Big Arch.
Now that's how you bite. That's how you bite a fucking burger. That's how you bite a fucking burger. That! Put your lips all on it.
Right off the bat, this one is much more cheesier. It has 3 slices of...
That's a fucking bite. That right there is a bite. Not that puny. Let me see the bullshit again. Let me see that bullshit. Hey, look at this little puny ass bite. Then look, way to go. Then look at this bite. That's a man bite right there. This is a little puny. That's puny. That's a man bite right there. I ain't putting my lips on. Okay. All right, buddy. All right. Let's learn about Melson Mac. Let's learn about Melson Mac just for our own sanity. Even though she never fucking left. She's been streaming the whole time. She's been streaming on a separate channel the whole time. She never left. She just hid from you all because you all bitched her out. Because how dare she infringe on your right to goon? Let's not play this game.
So what was supposed to be a maybe 1 month break turned into over a 6 month break, and here I am. Hi guys, just wanted to catch up with you all, give you an update about what's been going on with my life because a lot of stuff has changed. But yeah, on my last update, I told you guys I was taking a bit of a break from the Go Boom stuff for a multitude of reasons, and I was going to focus more on the gaming streams on my other channel. So I did that, and I did that for months and months and months, and now here I am now. So yeah. So basically, I did all of that, and I got married.
The Sims lost! They don't have their... What would you even call Melanie Mac? They don't have their goon... They don't have their goon material anymore. And the statue's gone! The fucking the life-size statue of Lara Croft is gone. It's happening. The woman is being conditioned by her male to follow suit. Pretty soon she will be making the sandwiches, and I love it. Go do what you bitch about the feminists doing. We need to get Leon a Lara Croft statue. I would rather a life-size Patrick statue. I'd put it right there. It'd just be back there. You'll casually see it when I'm moving around and whatnot, and y'all will be like, what the fuck is that behind you? And I'll be like, it's Patrick. I think that'd be a little bit better.
I am in the middle of a move right now, so I've been figuring out, like, hey...
Damn it, never mind. The statue's just in the moving truck.
Hey, I didn't know if I was just going to take a break from this channel and just not come back, but... I'm really bouncing a lot of different ideas around in my head on what I want to do. I know, like, this channel was so focused mostly on, like, nerd culture commentary, and while I did do, like, some social commentary as well, I don't know. So, at this point, I wanted to give you guys a life update and then just give you some ideas of what I'm possibly going to do as I come back and just see how you guys are doing, what you guys...
I don't necessarily care. Congratulations on getting married. It's about time after, people spent dedicated time saying that your hatred of the LGBTQ was because your husband or now your ex-husband, your previous husband got down and dirty with the pride flags. That was the funniest fucking thing. That was the funniest fucking thing. Finding out that this woman was married and got divorced, and the random conspiracy theory is that her hatred of the LGBTQ community is based on nothing more than her husband cheating on her with a game. Her ex-husband. And it's also a rumor, but it's a rumor I very much love. Because it really would explain so much. But I just don't think it's real. Part of me, time for her to have 7 to 10 babies. Ain't Melanie like 40? Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. But we got one more thing, and then we're gonna piece it out of here. We got one more thing for the wolves, and then we're gonna piece it out of here. We talked ad nauseum the other day about 2 individuals who ended up being in a circumstance where they're not good. You remember that? You remember that? I made that video about how people choose to operate in terms of forgiveness when it comes to grown adults touching kids. And I had brought up 2 young children who also are in a little bit of trouble. And in my head, it's to know anything about that, to know absolutely anything about how to do that, it just hurt my heart. And I said, lock the parents up too. What I didn't expect the father of Josiah Jones, who's charged with doing that to a 12-year-old girl in Miami, thinks his son shouldn't be in jail because he's black. This is a 12-year-old boy. And you know what? I just want to hear him say it.
This is a 12-year-old boy we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail.
Yes, because he's tied to a crime. And, you know, innocent until proven guilty, and they got to go through all the necessary requirements in making sure that whoever actually committed the crime needs to be in jail. And anybody who was watching and didn't stop it, they should also be punished too.
And put a life charge on a young man, a young black man that was visiting Miami. It was with the wrong 2 kids.
Marvin.
Oh, the wrong 2 kids who did what? Was wrong 2 kids who did what? What was it that they were doing that they all need to be in jail and in handcuffs?
Jones's son Josiah is charged with battery and false imprisonment, charges related to the rape of a 12-year-old girl. A police report says the victim says his son Josiah held her down and put rocks in her mouth.
Right there. Your son is tied to this. You just made it seem like, good sir, that your son, you know, was just off to the side. He was just chilling. He just had his hands behind his back. While several other boys violated a little girl. You tried. And I'm going to be honest with you, you failed. It was a good effort. But you failed. But that's not the only one. Because you can look at that and be annoyed, you could be disgusted, you could be disturbed. But let's see if we could kick it up a notch with, instead of a news interview, just going on Facebook Live.
Spanish Honduran, he don't give a fuck. He's savage.
Off
so he like,
start.
shit, you been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna, you know, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her, and she was like, oh, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him.
Mind you, we are talking about children.
So I guess whatever happened, while they was running the train on her,
I'm about to quit. I never want to hear the idea or the concept of a train being ran on a child. And the train is being conducted by other children.
The lady who stayed upstairs must have on her way down to check her mail, or you get what I'm saying, drop her garbage or whatever. She seen them, cause how the building is made, where the lady who seen the kids is like right there, and the farm is right there, so you can look over her balcony and see everything was going on in the farm.
Okay, so it sounds like they did this in an open area that if anybody was outside, they could see it.
So I guess she spotted them. So in the mix of her spotted them, she like, what y'all doing in there?
Like any grown adult would if they like hear or see something.
So that's when she want to yell, y'all stop, y'all stop, y'all stop.
Sounds like a good adult. Magically, when an adult is in the area, seemingly something good may happen.
But she went home. She never told her mama anything. Going on 2 days. She never told her mama anything. When the lady came to find out who daughter it was, she went and told the stepdaddy. So when the lady told the stepdaddy, that's when the little girl want to tell her mama. They dragged her from the park, they took her there, and they raped her. I ain't justifying nothing. Let me tell you something. I ain't finna sit here and read y'all comment. I got on here to check her. If you gonna tell
Who are you? Are you checking a little girl who had to tell her stepfather, father, mother, whoever, that she got rocks put in her mouth while little boys violated her? You coming online, you as a grown adult, checking a little girl. You don't know how dumb you look?
Tell a story the right way. Don't get on here trying to make it seem like my nephew on a run and for none of that. Because if he get direct file too, he already got a lawyer. But
I don't understand this language.
at the end of the day, your daughter ain't telling the truth. Your daughter only pressing charges because you forcing her to press charges.
Let me ask a hypothetical mathematical equation in front of you. If you decide to meet a woman and interact with that woman to the point where you get into a relationship and you have relations consensually with that woman, and you 9 months later have a child to take care of, and that child grows up to be a 12-year-old, and that child gets violated, and they come to you and they tell you, don't you think it would be wise to call the authorities? Don't you think it would be a good decision to call the authorities? Don't you think it would be responsible at that point to call the authorities, because you gotta figure out what happened to your child and who did it and who gonna face judgment and punishment for it? This not no thing where you could just, we could talk this out. No! This has the potential to go really bad without phoning in the proper authorities. This has the potential to get escalated to a worse point if you don't get these dudes in handcuffs and we start figuring out who did what. And when it comes to finding out that one of these dudes is trying to get scapegoated by their father, or he was just with the wrong crowd as he was the participant who was putting the rocks in the girl's mouth, yeah, the authorities got to get called here. So this is not a matter of, this is only happening because you forcing a little girl to do the responsible thing. This, with family members like this, it's no wonder that people end up stupid.
Your daughter was never a virgin before she got touched.
We're talking about a 12-year-old.
So what I'm supposed to sit here and say? All they ass need they ass whoop. I'm an old school mama. I beat ass. My oldest daughter, 19 years old, 20 years old. I don't play that.
So if your 19-year-old daughter gets violated, you're going to beat her as well as beating the people who violated her? That don't make sense.
I'm not none of them mama that side with no child. When you right, you right. When you wrong, you wrong. I ain't justified what none of them did. But when you get on social media, you trying to make it seem like, it's just one side, when in reality, you know the truth, and it's not that side. That ain't finna go down like that, especially when it comes to my family.
So what about you being in the scenario lets you be the one to tell the other side's story? Because if we're doing this, there's a part of what I agree with here, is that there's one side and there's another side, and then there's the truth sprinkled in the middle. I would rather listen to the lawyers of the accused tell the story than you, because right now you are setting a bad example and a horrible representation for your family members. I'm just giving it to you straight. This is the worst fucking jump to defend I could possibly ever see.
How she know everything that happened and she wasn't there? Okay.
That's a fair question to ask.
Nobody got nothing to say?
I do.
Like I said, exactly. Whether it's my nephew, right is right, wrong is wrong. I never justified what they did was right. At the end of the day, I told them they goofy. All y'all going at it at one.
Hey, nephew, you goofy. No, you're an abuser.
Little pussy, it's plenty of little young girls out here that's fast.
We are talking about children. Ma'am, Like, I hate this too. Oh, I'm not making no excuses. I'm not justifying it. But let me sit here and justify it in a different way to try to confuse y'all and try to make y'all seem a little slow when I do justify it. That way you don't catch me in the moment. Ma'am!
I didn't even fuck with my nephew for doing what he did because I got daughters too. But at the end of the day,
I hate that. I always hate I'm going to say this and then add a but after. Like, I despise it. I despise it. I despise it. You have daughters, and you've let it be known so far that your daughters are fast, and that if they get violated, somehow they deserve a level of punishment too, because they have the version of the story for them. But what about the story of the person that violated them? Oh, okay.
I'm not saying they right what they did, but when y'all get on social media and trying to say certain things that's not true, I ain't finna sit there and let you say nothing about my nephew. He's not on no run. He has a court date. He goes in on the 5th. That's the reason why the news saying he's not getting charged as a juvenile. If anything, you heard her say in the beginning, the other little boy didn't get charged. That's the other little boy that she was having sex with before. So how y'all not finna charge him? But y'all charging the rest. Y'all supposed to charge all of them that was there. It wasn't just them 3 there. It was about 5, 6, 7 boys in that field.
Did everything about this? So now we didn't went from it being originally 2. Now there at one point there was 3. Now it's about 5 or 6 of them. Thanks for that. Now, where are the rest of them? Tell your nephew and the other ones, line the rest of them up. Go find them. I don't want to hear none of that snitches thing where they get stitches. Rat them out. Because right now, 3 about to go down. Because 3 of them guilty.
So why is only them that's getting charged? All of them should get charged. Not just certain ones, but at the end of the day, like I said, she got on here and said something about my nephew is on a run. He's not on a run. He has a court date. He's going to court. Talk about running. Man, bitch, don't play with me. Like I said, at the end of the day, his auntie got lawyer fee. So whatever lawyer fee I got to pay for mine, he's straight. Long as mine's straight, my nephew's straight, that's all that matters.
Just so we're clear, just because you pay for the lawyer don't mean that you're going to get off. Because you might pay all that money and still end up going to jail.
I don't give 2 fucks. I could give 3, 5 fucks of what she's saying or what the rest of y'all side with.
Wait, so if you don't give a fuck about what anybody's saying, why is this 6 minutes long? You could have just ignored it, went to the court case, paid the lawyer all that money, and watch it play out. Why are you doing this?
At the end of the day, I'm not saying my nephew wrong, but at the end of the day, that's still my nephew. I still gotta stand by his side. I still gotta be his auntie. I still gotta be the one to support them. Man, hey Sherette, I'm not caring about what these motherfuckers saying. You know that, cousin. But that bitch got on social media talking about, oh, he's on a run. On a run from where? He has a court date. You want to see that? Let me show you what his lawyer talking about, boo. You see what that say, Tyson lawyer? You see what that say? They are taking cases to the grand jury on 3-5, seeking an indictment as an adult.
I don't think you should be telling us this, quite frankly.
So how he run away? How he run away? And this is lawyer. You don't like the fact that they let my nephew go. That's what you didn't like. So like I said, if you gonna get on here and tell whatever you want to tell the truth, baby. Because at the end of the day, my nephew ain't on a run. He go to court.
I'm so glad you're excited about this concept of your nephew going to court for being tied to a crime where he could be going to big time jail for a long time. This is not smart. This isn't confidence. This is pure stupidity based in, I guess, somebody getting on social media and saying your nephew is on the run, and your bright idea is to say, my nephew ain't on the run. He going to jail for real. We got a lawyer for him, so how he on the run? My nephew is accused of committing a crime where a little girl got violated and rice got put in her mouth. He ain't on the run. You sound stupid. You are not helping your family member. And that's another thing. It's okay. All right. You stick by your family. Cool. I can't really tell you what to do or not do. What I can do is throw out the slightest suggestion for the future. If your nephew ends up going to jail for this, and they prove that your nephew, along with all the rest of them, had a hand in what happened to the little girl, it's at that point you can make a decision. Because, again, innocent until proven guilty, and they're going to go through that whole process. When it comes time for that verdict, and they either get the guilty or the not guilty, in this case, if they get the guilty, you have a choice to accept the fact that you have a family member that did something at a young age to somebody who is in that same age, and accept the fact that that is no longer your family member because you cannot in good conscience trust them around any female that is in close proximity to you, or you could be dumb. And I hope, even though this video is giving me a bad fucking precedent of what might occur, I hope you make the smart decision, because not only are you a woman, you are the mother of a woman. So I hope you make the right choice for yourself if indeed your nephew is guilty of something. Oh my God. And out of my own curiosity, out of my own curiosity, I had to check because I kept noticing it, like, from the video. I'm on Facebook right now, and I'm checking the account. I think I got the right person. I think I got the right person at the right time. Motherfucker posted, and I quote, y'all goofy assholes sending me friend requests. It's nothing to see here. And there are 11 comments that are conveniently blocked, but the one that's public, disgusting ass person, to even think that the situation is okay for them boys to put themselves in. That's the only one that got through. I can only imagine what the other ones are. I can only just fucking imagine. She better hope that her fucking nephew is innocent. She better fucking hope her nephew is fucking innocent. She better fucking hope. Because if he ain't, what happened to your cheek? Don't look at my face. I'm aging. That's what happened to me. I don't know. It's a fucking blemish. No matter what, I'm still the easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Are you okay, Leon? No. I'm stressing. I'm worried about my friend's safety. Oh, right. He got old. You know, that's typically how it goes. The BAFTA Awards now this. You know, it's crazy. I saw that the BET Awards happened, and these motherfuckers, had like a standing ovation for Michael B. Jordan and the other guy. I was just like, okay. I saw hold on. Let me see if I can find it, because I feel like I quote tweeted this. Because, like, whatever your fucking opinions are about the whole Tourette's N-word thing, one of the worst takes. You know what would be awesome? If at least one of these two came out and said, we've looked into Tourette's and John Davidson and his life story and all is forgiven. He clearly meant no harm, but they won't, and that says more about their character than John's. I want to make something perfectly clear. BAFTA is a fucking award show where a guy with Tourette's said the N-word hard R while these two dudes were on the stage, and it created a whole bunch of controversy around nothing. These two handled it about as perfectly as anybody would want. They didn't demand anything. They didn't kick and scream. They just handled it and walked off. Now, Lyndall was just like, I wish somebody would have told me about this shit. And that was it. Other than that, you really heard nothing. They don't have anything to apologize for. Michael B. Jordan and Lyndall didn't fan the flames of a fucking thing. They didn't. The motherfuckers didn't do anything. But because there's too much virtue signaling around the smallest fucking things, now we gotta demand apologies. Oh, now we gotta hope that apologies can be cool, but if it's not cool, it says a lot about your fucking character. No, it doesn't. Isn't it mostly 50 Cent who went up in arms about it? No, wasn't it Jamie Foxx? Unless 50 Cent did say something and I just didn't fucking know. Maybe. Maybe. Now, I can't show it because YouTube is very finicky about fights. But these two get it on, all for the sake of that BLM money. And honestly, the whole thing, I'm going to get back to this, but the whole thing about the BAFTA thing, you need to be more mad at the broadcast because the broadcasters were told by Warner Brothers to edit that shit out. And they didn't. They edited out everything else, everything. They even edited out Free Palestine. They edited out a catchphrase, but they didn't edit that out. That's what I'm more mad at. You got all this fucking animosity and heat on you because you decided not to do something. And the excuse of, oh, well, they didn't have time. 2 hours? You didn't have 2 fucking hours to edit something out. Nuts. I'm very grateful about Leon's take on Tourette's. Here's the thing about Tourette's. It's a fucking problem. Not in the sense of, oh, you're disgusting type of it's a problem. It's something people live with. And as I said, when you initially hear it, of course you're going to be like, what the fuck? Your anger about it going to be up here. But then when you find out the motherfucker got Tourette's, the anger don't wash away. The anger goes from right here, about right here. You still be mad. But it's like that understanding of how it happened and why it occurred. Yeah. About right there. About right there. About right there. Mm-hmm. 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 See that SNL skit? Nope. I'm waiting for the day, and I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. A bunch of fucking conservatives defend a guy who lies about having Tourette's just to start saying slurs. I'm waiting for that one, because you know it's coming. Like, you know it's coming. And when it does, I'm not blaming people with Tourette's. I'm not blaming John Davidson. I'm blaming opportunistic motherfuckers who want to go viral. That's really it, because that's really all it is. It's not going to be a teachable moment. It's not going to be something to think about. It's somebody seeing something and thinking, oh, I want to do that. I think I can get away with that. And then trying it. And it's just going to lead to a fucking issue that everybody knows is there, but because nobody wants to tell everybody to just stop the performative nature, just get ready to fucking see it. Have you seen the trailer for Scary Movie 6? Yes. And I'm very much excited for it in the hopes that it's funny. But in terms of this, and we'll end on this note. We'll end the stream on this note. For years, the concept of caring about a black life had meant so much to all of these people. It really did. It meant so much. It meant so much that they were willing to do anything to get people to understand that there were lives taken unjustly. It fell apart when people decided that the only lives were the ones taken by white people or by cops. More specifically, white cops. And it led to this conversation a lot of people didn't want to fucking have, that just kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, where you have an organization dedicated into, I guess, making life better for black people, that conveniently just took the money and ran. In all these different sectors and subgroups, it happened. And eventually it was going to get to a point where the people within the group were going to have a come to Jesus moment. Their conscience was going to want to discuss this. And either they were going to get paid to not say anything, or they were going to wonder where that money was going. And it's going to lead to more examples like this, where people are going to be caught on camera brawling, just fighting and getting it on, all for the sake of that money. Because everybody wants to know where that money went and who's using it and how it's being spent. And if you're not clued in on the heist, you gonna be wondering, and it might make you a little mad, and you gonna want a little bit of that money. And at the end of it all, the most disappointing part of it, it just proves black lives don't really matter unless you fit into a fucking box. Chiggy! Chiggy! The irony of the Black Lives Matter poster in the video. Hi, Chiggy. You asked me if I'm doing all right. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say about a 4. I'm pretty hungry. And I think I'm gonna go deal with that now. I'm a little hungry. Now, I'm watching this video of this fight. I thought that the woman stabbed this dude because she's swinging in a motion that gives me the idea that she's stabbing, but she didn't stab. She just threw one of those women punches. They're kind of cocked and weird. You know? But anyway, I'm sorry you're worried about your friends, Leon. I mean, fuck, that just proves I'm human. It proves it. It proves that I care. It proves that I care. All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna go make some hot honey jalapeno chicken. I hope all of you enjoy your Tuesday afternoon. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you all see yourselves as doing a little bit better. That's it. I'm done. Get out. Be gone. Leave. Get out. Get out. Get the fuck. Scat. Scram. Be gone. Shoo. Leave. Get out. Get out. Get out. And